Okay, so I am going to try to fix the water issue with the fridge, the water issue with the tank draining out. I'm gonna have a look at that. I'm gonna try and figure out what's going on. I checked in the VW California Club forum and I got some ideas as to what I should do. The second thing I want to look at is the sink, because the sink is not really, the sink in there is not really draining properly, but it might just be a normal thing. So that's the second thing that I want to look at today. And that's pretty much about it. Oh yeah, and the fridge. The fridge has not been cold, so I've got to figure out what's wrong with that as well. So a couple things I want to work on today and we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so this thing right here is the water tank. It's the fresh water tank. And what's happening, for some reason, it is draining out. And you see, this is the normal drain. But it's draining out of that white thing over there. That little one over there, that's where it's all coming out from. As soon as you turn on the sink, all the water starts running out of there. So I don't know what's wrong with it. Someone said something about a valve inside the van. So that's what I'm gonna have a look at. But first, I gotta take all this stuff out and take this cover off here before I can get into where the valve is in the back. So this is the water tank. This is the Canadian model of the California, the Westfalia California, they'd call it in Europe. So now there's some sort of valve that I'm supposed to look for. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it back there. I'm wondering if it's actually this thing here, because I can see that this goes down into the van. So I turned that screw a half a turn to the right, which should tighten it, which is what happened, which I was surprised that you could actually tighten it. So now I'm gonna fill up the tank and I'm gonna see what happens now. So I've got the water partially filled. I'm gonna go and give it a try. Turn that up. I was a little swish, a little extra bit of water in there for some reason. All right. Let's go give this a try. Guess I gotta clean up this mess first though. Okay, here we go. Okay, I don't think it's actually running out. Oh my God, I don't hear water. I don't hear water running out, let's see. Holy crap, it fixed it. That was it. Okay, so I've solved the problem related to the water running out as soon as you turn on the tap. So what it was in fact this little guy right here. So this was actually turned to the left, so I guess that meant it was open, and I just turned it to the right to tighten it, and now it works. No more water running out. But the problem is that the sink actually does not drain. I've been racking my brains trying to figure out why the water doesn't drain out of the sink when you use the sink in the van here. For some reason, I kept thinking that, okay, when you pour water in there, when water goes down into the sink, it should just drain out just like your kitchen sink at home. Well, I just found out that this model of Westfalia, which is the California model, California coach model for those of you in Europe, and for us in Canada, it's just the Westfalia, not the Winnebago. This model does not have a wastewater tank. That's why the water just sits in there and it just drains out. There's also no drain valve in the kitchen cabinet. So in the kitchen cabinet, there should be a drain valve, but there isn't one, mainly because there is no tank. So all you gotta do is basically, unscrew the thing. Let's go have a look at that. So right underneath here is the drain valve. So you gotta let that out whenever you're using the van. Whenever you're using the water anyway, and you want the water to drain out. It's not really that convenient, to be honest. You have to place something underneath here, or have it somewhere where you're going to be able to drain the water out, because it's probably not a very nice thing to do to let the water drain out just anywhere wherever you are. So might be a good idea to have something underneath there, a bucket or whatever, or at least buy a drain somewhere and not have any nasty water going down into there. So make sure that you're trying to protect the environment and not put any sort of harsh detergents or anything in there. Anyway, mystery solved. That's why the water didn't drain from the sink. It's because there is no wastewater tank. So I should actually say thank you to everyone on the VW California forum for the help, because it was you guys that actually suggested that that could be the problem. That little valve could be the problem. I actually thought it was a different location, but once I realized that was it, awesome, it worked. So thank you guys so much for your help.